and the title is Seeing the World Through a Different Lens. Please join me in welcoming Ola from Scotland.
In the autumn of 2018, we got a diagnosis on one of our mopeds. Unknown to us, this will bring with it challenges and insights into how different the world can be. We are all different. Some differences are easy to see, for example, height, hairstyle, and eye color. Other differences, for example, our fears, our special skills can't be seen. Interestingly, the way we see the world is also different. The brain is your body's computer. It works differently for all of us and controls how we learn, how we feel, how we communicate. Sometimes the brain is connected in such a way that it affects senses and how we perceive and read situations and interactions. This is known as autism, and this was the diagnosis we got. Many people have autism spectrum disorder. Spectrum because there is a wide variation in the type and severity of symptoms people experience. It's likely that you already know someone on the spectrum, maybe a friend, maybe a family member, maybe someone around you. And if you have none, you now have me. For this reason, it's useful to know a little about autism. This special wiring inside an autistic brain can sometimes make the person good at tasks people may find difficult, such as mathematics or drawing or even music. It can also do the opposite, and activities found very easy, just like making friends, becomes incredibly difficult for people who are on the spectrum. The senses constantly send information to your brain about your surroundings, about how your brain should work, and sometimes the senses don't communicate well. The brain can become overwhelmed when this happens, and the people experiencing this become confused, and this affects how they see the world. The world of autism has a lot of lingua. Some of them are a neurotypical person. This is a person who is seen as typical in the way he responds to things. On the other hand, you have a neurodivergent person. This is the opposite. The person does things that are not ordinarily the norm. Now, like so many neurodivergent people, my son, who is a gift to us and who is a fantastic chap, gets overwhelmed. Loud noises would make him overwhelmed, and you'll see him doing this. Now, I have a question for us. Have you ever been in a party or in an event where the noise is very loud? You have people chatting all over the place. You have the smell of food, which is nice but intense, all around. Have you ever experienced a time when, in an event where people are just happy, loud? These things would make an autistic person anxious, very anxious in such a way that he gets withdrawn, and unfortunately, sadly enough, he's unable, or they are unable, to share how they feel. That's what being on the spectrum is like. We need to be very, very observant, very patient with them. One more thing that I will share is that neurotypicals develop behaviors to help feel calm in uncomfortable situations. Neurotypicals will chew their fingernails or fidget when they're uncomfortable. My son is developing behaviors to help him cope with these moments. In those situations, people on the spectrum, like my son, have a penchant for something called stimming. Now, stimming is a situation where they are making noises that don't sound normal or moving emotions that are abnormal. This is the way they handle situations that are unpleasant or not comfortable. My son will hold up his car and keep going back and forth just like this. This is what we call zoning out. And at such times, we go to him, we comfort him, we hold him, or let him be alone in his space. People on the spectrum are all different, and life will be much easier if we just understand that we are all different and we see things differently. With good communication and plenty of patience, everyone will be better off. People with autism are not ill. They are not broken or have a disease. They simply have a unique view of the world. People on the spectrum are all different. No two people are alike, and this makes them very special. My son is a gift to us, and with a little support from their friends, they might just be able to share their views with us and help us appreciate seeing the world through a different lens. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.